Hey guys, my name is Gerald Morgan. I'm a sommelier and owner of a fine wine shop here in Dallas, Texas, and real men drink wine. All right, so we all go to restaurants, out to eat, taking our significant other, wife, spouse, girlfriend, whatever it is, and we're intimidated by the wine list when it's brought to us. So I want to talk to you guys just a little bit about how to order wine at a restaurant. So we're going to start off with just the basics here, right? In front of me, I've got a few of the different wines that you would find at most major restaurants. The sparkling wine, right? The ever popular champagne or Prosecco or Cava that you're going to start your meal with. Then moving on to the Chardonnay, Merlot, and Cabernet. These are kind of your four basic varietals, the types of wine that you're going to find on every single wine list in America that most people are going to want to order. Now, in between these, we could fill this up with all kinds of different wines. Gewürztraminer, we could do red blends, we could do Zinfandels, Petit Syrah, Syrah. We could do all kinds of things. But let's keep it simple and let's figure out how to order on a wine list at most restaurants that we're going to go to. The first thing that you want to do is realize that your food and your wine need to go together. Now, I personally like to drink wine regardless of what I pair it with, and I like my food not to get in the way of my wine, not the other way around. But for the people who want to pair, you want to keep in mind that certain wines will pair better with other wines. We're going to get into that in another video, but real quick, you want to always take a look at price points, right? The first thing that you want to look at if you're going to order wine by the glass and you have no idea what you're going to do is to pick the wine that isn't the cheapest wine, but it's the next cheapest wine. That's always going to be your best value. Most restaurants have a $10 bottle, or $10 glass of wine, an $8 glass of wine, something in that neighborhood is kind of the starting point for their glasses. If you pick that one, you're always going to get a bottle that roughly costs about $4 for the entire bottle to the restaurant. So you're getting the cheapest wine they possibly have. But if you go to that next level, the $10 or $12 bottle, that's typically going to cost about twice as much as the bottle that is their cheapest, right? So if you pick a $12 glass, you're pretty much getting a bottle of wine that costs the restaurant about $8 or $9. So you're getting a pretty good value. So that's kind of the first tip that I would suggest if you have no idea what you're going to order at a restaurant. The second thing is always look for great regions that have value. Now, I drink wine for a living. I know it's a sacrifice, but I do it for you. So here's my advice to those who don't have that opportunity. You always want to look for regions that are great values, like South America, anything from Argentina, from Chile. They make fantastic wines and they're usually very reasonably priced. If you want to stay domestic, California is great, but California is kind of expensive in Napa Valley and Sonoma, Alexander Valley specifically. They carry a little bit higher price tag. So a lot of times I tell my clients always look for Washington State. Washington State makes some of the best wines on the planet right now. Red wines, white wines. They're not going to have the Chardonnays maybe that you're looking for. They will have some of the Pinot Gris. They will have some of the other great white varietals, but their reds are killer, rock star wines, and they're typically priced at that midpoint or below for the most part by the glass and even by the bottle. If you want to go and look for a great bottle of wine on a wine list, typically that's about $100 or more. You can get a lot of those South American bottles for about $50. The Washington State stuff for about $75, $50 as well. So those are your best values to look for. Don't be intimidated by a wine list. When they hand you this thing, don't open it up and all of a sudden try to figure out how to look at every single bottle and figure out what year was the best year, what region is the best region. Use the sommelier or the server there and ask questions. Now, if you're trying to impress your bride and you're taking her out for a special occasion, a little homework will help here. Give the restaurant a call. They usually have a sommelier if you're taking her somewhere really cheap for the anniversary. That's a whole other conversation, but take her to a nice place, good steakhouse. Call the sommelier ahead of time. He'll talk to you about what wines they have, and then you're going to look like a pro when you sit down at the table and you already know what wine you want. And the sommelier can be in on the gag and just say, hey, great choice, sir. You must know your wines very well. That's the easiest way to get around ordering wine on a wine menu when you don't know a lot about wine. The next thing, taste wine as often as you can, right? They'll bring out samples of different wines that are on the menu, so you don't have to take just this big gamble when you're ordering a glass of wine. Now, they're not going to open a bottle for you to taste if it's not on the by the glass menu. So always look for that by the glass wine, have them bring out a sample for you, taste it, and if you like it, great. You've got a new wine that you're gonna enjoy. If you don't, you can move on to the next one, and the restaurant loves to do that anyway. Don't worry about it. They're not losing any money by any means. Hey guys, thanks for checking out the video. We've got a lot more wine videos on Art of Manliness, so make sure you check all of those out. You can find us on the web. We can deliver wine and all of the accessories that you've seen here directly to your home.